Oh, they've changed it. Interesting. Interesting. So, let's get some music playing in this, man.
Yeah.
This phone better be charging. Hey, who's watching? Make sure you say hello, so I know that you're watching. We're about to roll up, but today I just wanted to go live because it's been a while. Hey, John, that's my friend John from England.
Oh, cool.
How are you? You wanker, you bloody wank. Trying to set up the music. How you been, John? How's your recovery going? You feeling okay? How's your health, wealth, and happiness? Who else would it be? Hey, you're going to get your comments reported and you keep talking dirty to me like that. But you know I like it. Hi, Samantha. How are you? Thanks for watching. Today, I don't have no script or nothing like that. I just wanted to go live because it's almost 420. And that's my favorite holiday of the year because it makes sense. You know that Hitler's birthday was on 420.
Oh.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, 420. What else happened on 420? Like, do you know where 420 originated? Like, what's that all about?
Well, there's one saying that, I mean, there's a lot of reasons, and one that not as many people may have heard of is that, like, if you take a 7-minute break to smoke a joint, how many seconds is that?
A 7-minute joint? Oh, it's
420 seconds.
But why 7 minutes?
So some people say that there was like a group of people who would get together after school. Well, they worked at a 7-Eleven. There's all these different urban legends. Mm-hmm. And that they would get together at 420 to go smoke a joint. And that was, some people say that it was code in some towns for police activity around cannabis. There's all different stories out there. So maybe a little bit of everything is true. And maybe some people,
right.
It just caught on and everybody loves it. We just do it because it's fun.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm so ready for 420. I'm so ready. It is like by far I don't really celebrate Christmas or besides my birthday. My birthday, actually 420. I like 420 better than I like my birthday.
Yeah, definitely. Because you get to share it.
But you know what I do for my birthday? I have a 420 party. Hey!
Yeah. So you're going to be going to some good parties in DC. You got invited to the best parties. We got our invitations.
Catch me on the news, y'all, for not going to jail.
Yeah.
So what are you guys smoking on? Make sure you share. Tell your friends about my channel. Share my name as much as you can because your support and your word of mouth is what you guys spreading and sharing my name is making my voice louder for you all, if that makes sense. I don't know. I had it in my head, but yeah, I try to speak for everybody. Sour Tangy and Golden Goat. Hey, AJ, what's up, bro? See, I forgot what I was saying.
About 420 is like your favorite holiday.
420 is my favorite holiday. I don't celebrate really anything but my birthday besides that. Hello, darling DJ J Dean. Hello. Golden Goat wax and a blunt of that sounds good. Some Girl Scout cookies. I like Girl Scout cookies. My favorite sativa strain, I think, is a strain is called Jelly Bean.
I haven't heard of that one.
Oh, it's amazing.
But I like Girl Scout cookie. That's nice and healing.
Jelly Bean is a really like a creative high. Like it got my mind going. It was great. Hey, darling.
Real sativa.
AJ said I got you on the big screen. 420 and November 6th are the best days.
Yeah.
Are the best holidays. Hey, did you know that Martin Wait, what happened on November 4th? That's a big date for cannabis.
November 4th.
That's when they voted. That's when they voted for the amendment to be passed, I think.
Oh, all right.
To legalize cannabis.
In which state?
In Florida.
Oh, cool.
I'm pretty sure. Help me out
Legalization
here, AJ.
Day?
Jelly Bean is my favorite sativa strain, AJ. But I'm pretty sure that sour tangy is a indica. Yo, it's Liddy. Can I just say thank you real quick for everyone who's watching right now, because I've never had so many people watch me on YouTube at one time. So thank you so much, guys. Y'all making me feel real good right now. Yo.
Snapchat in a little bit.
Oh, he said November 6th is the day that cannabis was legalized in Colorado.
Oh, nice.
But look up, what is the 4th? AJ said he got me on the big screen.
Hey, AJ.
Give it to me now. Yeah. Any song requests? We got the backwoods ready to go. But yeah, make sure y'all share my channel. Tell people who I am and what I do, because I'm speaking for all y'all. I'm here fighting for this for everybody, not just myself, but the whole world. Because for those of you that have been following me for a while know that I lost my friend last year on the 11th of April. And is the most, hey, Wataguana Nation. What's up, bro? How you doing? But I don't want nobody to go through that pain. And there's too many people in the world that can tell that story, that they lost somebody that they were very close to due to this opiate epidemic. And enough is enough. So, I would never wish this feeling on my worst enemy, basically. Like, it's nothing you can do about it. Yeah. You can't bring them back. You blame yourself for not feeling like you didn't do enough to help somebody, or, it's just all bad that comes, and it affects so many people, not just the person that lost their life, but this is going to affect me for the rest of my life. I'm going to remember these dates for the rest of my life, and I've come to accept the fact that maybe every day for the rest of my life, March 17th and April 11th will just be really bad days for me forever. Because March 17th was his birthday. He turned 28. He should have been 29 this year. And April 11th was when he passed away. So those two dates to me they're very not spread apart. So it's like one after another of the same person. And it's very difficult to deal with. But I have all of you to thank for supporting me in my efforts to legalize cannabis worldwide, and to, erase this stigma that cannabis is a drug, because we all know that it's not. So yeah. If you like what I'm saying, make sure you tell your friends, share my channel, because it's because people like you that got me where I am today. If people didn't support me and believe in me, I don't really know if I would still be doing this. But the universe has reminded me time and time again that is why I was put on this earth. And I'm going to keep doing it because y'all keep showing me support. And I know I must be doing something right. So thank y'all for being there for me through all this shit.
Remember that people are 42% less likely to use opiates as a painkiller when they're in a state where cannabis is legalized. That's one of the reasons why it's important for us to legalize in your state. So,
yeah, I was just reading an article about that. The alcohol companies are very concerned because people are choosing cannabis over over going out to the bar, over going, to the liquor store and picking up a damn bottle of Crown Royal or something.
Right.
People would rather just smoke weed. And the problem, I feel like the main reason why people abuse prescription medications and alcohol and all these substances is because they don't have access to legal cannabis, which is very unfortunate. It's very sad, and it's, it makes me think we should be saying shame on us for allowing it to get this far. If we were able to legalize alcohol how many years ago?
A
long time ago, then why are we still fighting for this plant? But the only reason we're still fighting is because not enough people have come together to fight this, get it declassified on the federal level, get people out of their town halls and in front of their governors and mayors and, speaking out about this problem and how it's personally affecting you. Because when you do that, it wakes people up. And the people that need to be woke are the people that are running your towns and your communities. So, if you put trust in society and everything working out, then why not trust going to your mayor or something with this issue saying, hey, I've been personally affected by the big pharma. We need to legalize marijuana now. And now. And if we get enough people together everywhere, all around the country, it's easy cake work.
Yeah.
That's it. And these politics, they'll try to, play games with us and schemes and all these things. But as long as we play their game and be smarter than them and know and stay focused, we got this. If we could legalize alcohol and it kills people on a daily basis, then we could definitely legalize cannabis so that everyone has access. Everyone is, it's legal everywhere, not only just to go to the store and purchase cannabis and not get arrested for it, but everybody should be able to grow in their house. Because I would like you to speak about the monopolies of the dispensaries.
All right. So what happens in a lot of states is once cannabis starts to become legal recreationally, or what I like to call adult use, because I feel like that's a little bit more descriptive than saying recreational. So I call it adult use. But once adult use comes in, a lot of times people who say that they're activists or lobbyists will come in and try to tell the patients what to say. And I just encourage you to always speak your mind and not let anybody tell you what to say. Find out what's going on and be informed. But sometimes what happens is, you're being told something to say that might not be actually what's best for patients and for your community. It might just be what's best for a dispensary or somebody, a business, to just be the only business around in town. And we don't want that, because the more access we have, the better it's going to be for patients. The best thing that patients can have is the home grow, because that's the least expensive option.
It is free.
Yeah, you can.
If you end up getting a male plant, you can keep the seeds. Try next time for a female, and you're not having to purchase weed all the time because they tax the shit out of it.
So grow and share. Give to your friends in states where it's legal to do so. I encourage that. Help out somebody who's a medical patient whenever you can. They'll greatly appreciate it. Trust me, I know.
I'll catch up on these comments in just a second, but I do want to comment on the gifting, how it is in DC, where is not legal. Okay, so it's legal to have, if you have your med card, right? Or is that just anybody?
Anybody can grow in DC.
Anybody,
unless you're in federal housing.
Whether you have your med card or not, you can cultivate in your home, unless you're living in the Section 8 government housing.
Or veterans housing or student housing.
Or vet housing.
Federal loans, then you have to worry.
So on your person, you can carry up to 2 ounces on you. You can gift up to an ounce. Not for money, but you can gift. Now, what I think is really cool about that is, now let me, everybody who follows me knows I'm not from Colorado, but I spent the last 3 years in Denver, Colorado, where marijuana is legal recreationally and medicinally. And I'm going to be honest with you. I really like the gifting thing.
Yeah, just sure.
I think it's awesome. I think that's how it should be. And if we're not going to have if we're going to have dispensaries, I think that's how it should be. Because in Colorado, I don't know if you guys know this, but and I don't know if this goes for all the states where it's legal on both ends, or if this is just Colorado, but all the dispensaries, they don't make any profit off the actual marijuana that they sell. That's why you see every dispensary you'll walk into, they're selling merchandise. Hats, t-shirts, socks, bongs,
well, they make some money out of
That's
it.
the only money they make off of it, is the merchandise that they sell in their store. So none of these dispensaries can actually profit off of the actual product that they're selling. It's all going to the government. And they're charging people 28% in Colorado for taxes on cannabis if you're a recreational user. Now, if you're a medical user, it's a little, you get better deals. It's cheaper. But I really like the gifting idea.
I like it
because
too. In Massachusetts, the dispensaries do make money. And, so they are making some money there. And,
right.
So,
I mean,
I'm not against that, and I'm not against the dispensary system. And I like that we have dispensaries. I just don't want the dispensaries to be the only ones who are able to sell. I want non-brick and mortar delivery systems services so that people don't have to, so that people who want to sell don't necessarily have to have a building to sell from. That's a big expense. And
so there would just be home growers selling?
Yeah, maybe. And they can pay their taxes and be part of the community and not have the stigma anymore and just be able to do it the right way and feel good about it.
When I would go to the dispensaries,
they're doing it now anyway.
In Colorado, it would upset me that you come in and you're asking, like, kind of trying to figure out the menu, like, how much is this, how much is that? And they'll tell you before tax how much it is. And then they ring you up for everything, and you're pissed off by the time you walk out of there because you're paying almost $20 more just in taxes for what you bought. And if that's the case, I want to see where my tax money is going. Where is it going?
Well, you can actually find that out. I mean, like, the tax money is going to some good programs, but it depends on what state you're in. I'm not totally opposed to paying taxes on it at this point, but honestly, I think that it should be paid for by our insurance company. We shouldn't be paying for it at all.
That's a good point. So let me go back and read some of these comments here. Thank you for sharing my video, John. Darlene, I don't go live on Facebook anymore. What's up, Bird? You're welcome, Samantha, and I will never give up. I'll never stop doing what I'm doing. Not Nation, I definitely did find my purpose in life. And, I might not like politics. I might think that politics are boring and that they all act like a bunch of third graders. But you know what? If that's what I have to pay more attention to get further in legalizing cannabis, then that's what I'll have to do. Like, not everything is going to be fun here. I'm going to have to do a lot of sacrificing. And yeah, I think it's very important that we all pay attention to what's going on in our communities and with the laws that these congressmen are passing right under our noses, because we choose not to participate. We can't blame anyone but ourselves for letting it get this far, because we're not exercising our rights as citizens. That no, this is not how it should be, and it shouldn't have. It should have changed a long time ago. So, like, if I can encourage anybody, it would, my words of advice would be, don't be afraid.
Yeah.
Because every time that you think that you're alone in this fight, just remember people like me and Rachel Like, there's tons of us.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you jump on board, then there'll just be one more amazing person fighting a fight that's worth fighting. You know, I always tell people, what side of the history do you want to be on? Do you want to be one that did something, you know, to change the world? Do you want to be somebody who is ignorant and just turns the other cheek and just ignores the problem? Or do you want to add to the problem? Like, those are your three choices in a summary.
Yeah.
Like, you can either be part of the solution, you can do nothing at all, or you can be part of the problem. So, like, which is it? Jeff says more people have died of an overdose last year than the Vietnam War.
Yeah, that's a good point. This epidemic is out of control. And as citizens, we need to take control of our communities and fix what's happening to us. Unfortunately, when people go to rehab, they're often told that cannabis is a gateway drug and it's going to slip them right back into addiction. But what we're finding is that oftentimes people use cannabis and it's an
exit drug.
Yeah, they're not slipping back into it, but what's happening is they're using that to slip out of it, you know, just to give them a little extra help. And so that, you know, there's that.
So glad medical marijuana was legalized in Iowa. There are finally dispensaries where moving forward. Congratulations, Iowa. Congratulations, Samantha. I hope that you were a part of, I hope that you put yourself a part of being that milestone, that accomplishment. Like, make sure you vote. Make sure you vote if you're old enough. Know who you're voting for and what these people you're voting for believe in and what type of change that they want to see in your communities, because those are the things that should be important to you. Like, that's how you should vote. We need to be more aware of who these people passing these laws are, because if we don't agree with it, we have every right and all the power to get them out of there. But not enough people pay attention. Not enough people know what's going on or even how to fix it, so they just give up.
That's so true. We have some exciting elections coming up. You know, get involved, find out who the progressive candidates are who are for cannabis reform laws, and find out who's in there blocking who your prohibitionists are. And find out who your prohibitionists are and where they're going to be and when, and make sure that they're not there telling lies to the public without you correcting those lies. That's something that you can do that's kind of fun.
And for anyone who may live on the Eastern Shore, anybody in Maryland in the 1st District, vote for Allison. Look up Andy Harris. Check that guy out. Tell me what a scumbag you think he is. Oh, I can't. Hold up.
Yeah, Andy Harris is pretty bad. He's
like Rachel would say, he's terrible. He's terrible. All right.
Boston accent.
Alcohol prohibition ended in 1933.
Yeah, that's right.
And they've been hiding the Cannabinoid Act, the patent 6607. What is it? 0507.
0507.
That patent was made about around that same time. I think it was 1931, actually.
Yeah.
You should see the shit we got going on in the UK now, milady. We had a hemp fest selling smoking weed in the center of the major city. I sent you the video. Oh, that is awesome, John. Marijuana has been illegal for 80 years, since 1937. Gifting makes sense. John says, we got Kurt out on the streets giving out free joints to the homeless and potheads on the street and in the parks of Oregon twice this week. Oh, wow. That's fucking awesome. Jeff says they profit from selling it. They have to, or else they wouldn't be able to operate. AJ says, I'm interested to learn about the difference between Massachusetts and Colorado. What do you mean, AJ? Not nation. Dispensaries here in Ontario, Canada include tax on all the purchases, but it's illegal to tax medicine in Canada. So where's the money going? You're right. See, that's what I'm saying. Where is it going? John says we've been encouraging people to join the Pay It Forward movement for almost 2 years, asking growers and suppliers to agree to give 10% of all profits to people with nothing. I love that.
Can I see this?
Yeah, I love that.
6630507. That's the U.S. patent on cannabis for. It's said to be a neuroprotector and antioxidant, and from what I understand, several other patents have recently been released.
Mm-hmm.
To the.
But that one's been leaked for a long time.
Yeah, that's been for a long time. But if for the amount that they got, I can't imagine how many they must have applied for to get that.
Yeah.
So it's pretty interesting what the U.S. government actually believes and thinks about cannabis compared to what they give into their, not just their constituents, but, you know, just the communities at large. Like, you want to keep people healthy and safe. And, I don't know if they're actually doing that, which is what I'm concerned about.
Damn, that sounds good. Good led people about to spark some blueberry CBD.
Nice.
Yum.
CBD, good stuff.
Support HR 1227.
Yes, excellent. Thank you.
Not Nation says hi, Rachel.
Hey.
Hello, Rachel. Watagwan impressed. Hi, Jeff, bro. I didn't see you there. Hi, John. Where is Rachel from? She's from Boston.
I'm from Boston, Massachusetts.
You can't tell. You can't tell.
But I'm packing up here in Maryland.
Jeff says has to be bought by pharmaceutical companies. He is an anesthesiologist, correct? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Rachel said Massachusetts dispensaries operate for profit in Massachusetts, but in Colorado they operate as nonprofit. Rachel, please describe in detail what HR 1227 is.
Okay.
Take the floor, lady.
Cool. Okay, so in Massachusetts, I believe that there are a few dispensaries that are nonprofit, but they're not all nonprofit. Right now, patients aren't being taxed on cannabis if they just go to a dispensary. But we don't have retail shops open now. What they did was when our law was passed, they put a delay on the opening of retail shops because even though we laid it out for them how we wanted it, that's not how the legislature wanted it. So it went through the whole sausage machine, and we had to watch sausage being made. It was pretty disgusting. And they took our law, and what come out the other end wasn't exactly what we had hoped for in some cases. But I think that the people are pretty happy with it. I don't know if they're just happy because they're being told to be happy, or if they're truly happy with what they got because it's not exactly what they fought for. We wanted more than what we got, of course. I'm still concerned with federal descheduling, and so HR 1227. Let's see. I'm gonna see what we have here. So this is to end the federal marijuana prohibition. It was introduced in 2017. And so actually we have another bill that I heard about that was just brought up this week, in fact. And it's being fast-tracked through both chambers, I believe. And so, I don't know, maybe there's something more to that. I mean, I think that like any of you can go into detail looking this kind of stuff up. Basically, what we want in the United States is for cannabis to be descheduled, and the reason why
federal level,
right? Just because right now it's said to be Schedule 1, which is the definition for that means that it has no accepted medical value and that it's addictive,
which is in the same class as heroin. Heroin is also a Schedule 1 drug.
And most people believe that that's untrue. If you look at the other scheduling classifications, it doesn't fit in any of those as well. So that's why some people say that it should be descheduled and that it should be treated like agriculture, like maybe a tomato maybe a tomato's a nightshade. That's
I think
harmful.
the same thing. I've said this so
cucumber.
many times. Just like you can grow fucking vegetables in your garden in your backyard, you should.
Or maybe it's not regulated at all. Some people want no regulations.
Be able to have your fucking marijuana plant right there too.
Right.
Everybody. Everybody. And that's not forcing anyone to do it. It's just giving people the option.
So descheduling cannabis, what that will do for us, basically people who are in federal Section 8 housing who have, so we're talking about the poor, the sick, and the elderly, the people who might need cannabis the most. They'll be able to,
and our veterans.
Right. They'll be able to grow it in their homes. People who are vets will be able to grow in veteran housing, and a lot of vets like to use cannabis because they feel it helps them with their PTSD and some of their pain and stomach issues and things like that. Some students are adults, they're over 21, and if they get caught with cannabis in any way, then they face
on campus, right?
Even if it's in their dorm, if it's anywhere around them and they have federal student loans, if they have anything to do with that, then they could lose everything like that with
their scholarships.
Everything they started working for, it's humiliating for them. They go through all kinds of things.
Yeah, and they make it seem like they've committed a crime.
And it's more adding to the stigma.
Yep, absolutely.
So we want to help these people who are in federal housing. And one way we could do that is by having this taken out of the descheduling classification altogether. And that will help people be able to...
Because then we'll be able to start doing research, and we'll get federal funding for said research. We'll be allowed to do it because the feds are always saying, what does Jeff Sessions always say? We don't have enough research on marijuana. We don't have enough research on it. Well, okay, we'll give the motherfucking research facilities a grant to do tests on the shit.
Yeah, and
they'll find out themselves. They'll do that for anything else.
It's hard to get federal grants on something.
No, but if it were some pill, they'd do it in a heartbeat just so they could get it out there.
Yeah,
because they know they're going to approve it. But the reason they won't do it with cannabis is because they know it's going to get approved, and they'll have to put it out there.
Yeah.
How fucked up is that?
Well, I'd urge all of our politicians to move your money out of the alcohol industry and the pharmaceutical industry now, because cannabis is taking over. You want to get on board and get with us and help us in this, because we could put a lot of people to business. People who aren't working right now because they can't get a job because they smoke cannabis, maybe they would be perfect.
And you know what?
It
would open up more morally ethical jobs.
Yeah.
Because you know how many people, I know someone personally, I'm not going to name any names, but they work at a pharmaceutical company and they don't like what they do.
No.
Because they know what they're doing.
No, it's too bad.
But he does this because that's how he pays his bills.
Yeah.
His wife, I don't want to say too much, but, some things happen where he needs money for medical bills. And so he felt like he had no choice but to keep a job that pays really well. And it's just really sad to know that people are out there that have legal jobs for pharmacies that are basically legal drug pushers.
Yeah.
They're no better than the fucking neighborhood drug dealer. No offense, but they know that. And to feel like you have to work a job that morally is wrong just to survive is where this country's at today, and it's very scary.
Yeah, it is.
People are afraid to stand up anymore.
People are afraid to stand up. And, I've recently stood up and said that I am a Section 8 recipient, and I'm not able to smoke in my home or consume. I'm not able to cultivate or possess cannabis in my home. And so I have to rely on my friends and things, and just that makes life very difficult for me as a medical patient. So please support people like me, and I'll continue supporting people like you. And, we'll just make this happen.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, I really appreciate everybody sticking around watching. But we're going to wrap this up because Lady's got to be in DC in a couple of hours. Got
Yeah.
a show to go to tonight, and then I'm going to be in DC for the National Cannabis Festival.
Yeah.
Which tell them a little bit about that because I've never gone. You've been before.
No,
right?
I haven't been
You've
there.
never been.
I haven't been there. I'm not going to go this year. I'm going to stay back. I have a lot of work to do, so I should be celebrating 420. But actually, like, I'm just going to have a low key 420 this year and like have a chance to relax.
You think we'll get on the news?
I mean, well, I don't know. This year we don't have a big action planned. It's going to be nice because.
But you think there will be broad like news reporters?
Oh
out
yeah,
there
of
doing
course
stuff?
there will. Yeah.
Hey, y'all catch me on the news.
Of course. You always get on the news.
All right,
she
guys.
hit town. She's been all over the place. She's in all the papers and everything. She's great. She's doing a great job out here.
And you've been amazing.
Oh, I love you.
This woman is amazing.
You're so awesome.
I just want to again thank everybody for tuning in. Thanks for sticking around and commenting. So, yeah, and I'll see you in DC.
Bye.